Well, hello YouTube. How you doing? I did some tests with the mobile app for this camera, just to sort of get a few tests run down on it, basically to figure out if it really worked on it, the supposed features. Yes, actually some of them did and some of them didn't. To my surprise, the Facebook part of it did work. I did able to connect to Facebook and upload a photo, but it didn't come out quite the way I expected. I don't know, I think that might have been related to the fact that my bandwidth is shitty at the moment because I am trying to upload videos and do other stuff in the background. So it may have a relation to what bandwidth is being taken up on my system right now. And my internet connection is a piece of ass to start with, so that's the primarily big issue with that anyway. But anyway, the actual remote viewfinder app that I used on this, excellent. Does a good job. Takes photos, snapped a few myself, and also uploaded one onto my phone as well from my camera. So let's see if I just find it. There we go, and let's see. There I am. There I am. That's me looking at my phone, fiddling around with my phone at the time when I'm actually knocking around with it. So yes, I just thought, well, why the hell not? This is a little bit more of an in-depth thing to see exactly what was going on. Because there was a few features I thought were interesting and they looked pretty good on paper initially. And I thought, no, I need to know if these actually fucking work on them. So I was curious. So I thought, for fuck's sake, let's just test it. So I did. I tested it and it seems to work very well. Mobile link app works well. As you said, you can upload photos and video to your phone. Not a big issue. You've got the remote viewfinder. There's a couple of other apps that I looked at on the marketplace as well. I'm not sure what they are. There's one which is like a manual or something. It looks like a manual. I think. Yes, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is a manual. It's a manual for NX cameras anyway, in general. So yeah, not a bad little nipper. It's got a little nip to it. It feels good. So basically, I was cross-referenced and able to get photos over to my phone pretty easily. It wasn't really difficult. In satisfaction to getting it onto Facebook, it was a little more difficult than I expected. No, it wasn't actually difficult. It was just the fact that the picture didn't quite turn out the way I expected. I'll show you what I mean by that. Just go to my Facebook page. I'll show you what I mean. So if you actually look at the I don't know if you can actually see it, but as you can see, part of the picture, or part of the bottom section of the picture there, pretty much did not turn out the way I expected. I think it's just related, to be honest, it just looks like a bandwidth or a transfer issue, to be truthful. That's just my honest opinion. But yeah, I'd put it down to being a transfer issue, basically. It just didn't transfer properly. That was the problem. Which that could be mostly related to my internet being a piece of ass to start with. So, in conclusion, do all the features work? So far, every feature that I've chucked at it works pretty well. The battery life isn't too abysmal either, because I mean, considering that I've been actually doing a fair few videos and I've re-recorded several videos several times on this, I have my battery actually hasn't managed to tack itself out yet completely. It's down off one bar and it's still got 2 bars left. So it's not giving me an indicator as to whether the battery life is going to kick out at any moment, but it doesn't seem like it's going to really die in the arse at any moment. Maybe perhaps Samsung has made a battery life a little more accurate on this camera, which I like, which is good. I also like the fact that I can record for 25 minutes straight now without a big issue. Whereas my last camera was an absolute pain in the rectum to do anything like that. It's a little frustration, I guess. Anyway, I've tested that out. Been uploading my YouTube videos, which are in the process of uploading at the moment. Sort of one uploading at the moment, I'm just waiting for it to complete. In conclusion, good camera. Really nice. No big issues. Works pretty well with my Android, my HTC. Very nicely. Transfers everything on pretty quickly. Doesn't feel like it's sluggish. Connecting to Wi-Fi networks is pretty straightforward. Yeah, all that type of interface stuff is pretty simple, and most of it's pretty easy to get once you just sort of get the gist of it, really. aside from that, yeah, that's a good camera. I'm giving the NX20 a thumbs up on it, definitely. Definitely not a bad, a negative thumbs up, definitely a positive thumbs up on that one. Definitely a thumbs up on all those things. The only thing I have noticed is, and this was something I made a comment recently on a lot of the other YouTube videos which I've come across about this camera, it does have a bit of an autofocus issue when trying to focus in fast at certain times. But I have noticed this, I mean, I only mainly noticed this when I was doing things like running around and, you know, just doing motion video. It was just sometimes with the focus it would go a little off. But I mean, I don't know, considering that my last camera is probably about the same level of autofocus as this one, it's not too bad. I reckon that's a step up. To be honest, this camera's a step up from my last one, just in the sense of the way the time parameters that it's got compared to the last one. Its time's a lot better. Just it times things really well. Comparing to my last camera, which would only record 14 and something minutes. I think it's 14 minutes and 53-second intervals, pretty much. It wouldn't record anything past that at the end of it. So I was just like, fuck, really? What the fuck is this bullshit, man? It was pissing me off because I'm the type of person who generally has the ability to talk to for 25 minutes straight if I, you know, if given the chance. And I'm pretty much a person who drones on in some cases, not all the time, just some cases. It's only because I just get bored and it's just interesting to drone on because you feel like it. But no, not a bad app. Not a bad app on the phone. Works pretty well. The functionality of it, I would say, is pretty reasonable. It's not shitty. It doesn't feel shitty. You got a camera button. You can adjust your adjust your timer settings. I believe you can turn the flash off too. There's also you can adjust your megapixels of the sensor, depending on, you know, how high you want them, how low you want them. And then you can just flip the picture pretty much in front of you, whether, you know, you stand there. Press the button. It's great for taking those shots that, you know, you may not necessarily be in front of and you want a good view of things. It's not as clear as if you were actually behind the actual LCD screen on the camera, but, you know, that's to be expected, and it depends on the phone that you've got too. It varies, I guess. So. Overall, not a bad camera, and I'm not complaining immensely. I'm pretty happy with the end result that it's given me, in the sense of photos. So far the photos I've been taking have been pretty good. I haven't had any I'll probably take some more technical photos tomorrow, which will probably be most likely circuit board equipment and things like that. Also, when I get the lenses kit, of course, I'm going to actually have to see if maybe just, you know, taking general photos and stuff and things like that, just see exactly how that works. Well, we'll see. We'll see what the new lenses kit bring me anyway. So it's all right. We'll work it out. It's getting there. It's getting there. I'm gonna grab. Hey, Diet Pepsi. Pepsi next gen because I'm a bit thirsty. But no, I'd say all in all, not a bad camera. I'm pretty impressed with it so far. Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah, pretty impressive. Can't argue that point. So far I've chucked everything in it and nothing's really buckled onto the pressure. Good photos. The only thing I did notice in a low light situation, especially if you haven't got the flash on, particularly in low, I mean, I don't know, maybe this was just something I generally noticed with my camera, certain white balance areas, like certain times when you were in not fluorescent light, but say you were in certain types of light. I do notice in the mid-afternoons, if you don't have the flash on, especially in a dark room, you do have to bring up basically bring up the brightness in your photos, because your photos don't end up as bright. But saying that, I mean, that's pretty much any common of most cameras, especially because most cameras have a certain amount of sensor light they can pick up in a given situation. So, you know, I'm not going to be too picky about that. Otherwise, all the photos that are taken, especially the full-on colour ones and the full bright ones, which, you know, nice ones where you've got the flash going, they look good. No big issues there, and I'm pretty happy. Yeah, Oh, excuse me. So, yeah, it's pretty good. But this video is just a short prelude after everything, because I hadn't tested. When I actually did the review, which was just me mostly yammering on about the camera's features, there was a few features that I hadn't actually tested, so I figured I'd do this video later when I'd actually gone through and tested the video, tested the camera a little bit more. So I figured, well, I was bored, and you know, what the hell, I'll just download the apps and try them out and see how they work, see what level they're at, you know. And I was like, yeah, cool, they work. They work nicely. They work exactly to where I wanted them to work. So, anyway, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much, YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment if you choose to, and stay tuned. I've got more coming up. Obviously, it's going to be gaming. I think it's going to be mostly gaming. Yeah, it's probably going to be gaming because I'll just have a few gaming days. It depends. I think I will go through step by step of the process of my build, which I'll end up. What was my plan? I was going to actually go through a process of one of my builds and just pretty much build up a machine, which I think I've already mentioned in a couple of previous videos anyway. When I'm going to build up a machine, I'll probably show exactly what the build process is that I go through, testing and otherwise, and things of that nature. Install, well, it's partly installing Windows and other things, you know. Just, you know, I'll show the basics of what, you know, what it is to sort of get hardware together that you want to get together. What I test, what I determine is, you know, faulty or isn't faulty and things like that. Anyway, it's more of a process now, so I just work it out myself at the end. Alright, stay tuned. Thank you very much, YouTube, and I hope you enjoyed the video. As I said, like, subscribe. Subscribe to me on Twitter, Facebook. Or you can sort of subscribe to me. You can follow me on Facebook. Subscribe to me or follow me on Google Plus as well. I've got Google Plus. I'm also on LinkedIn if you really want to get in contact with me in that sense of business stuff. But yeah. Anyway, okay, thank you very much, and catch you YouTube. Bye.